What's going on, everybody? It's Ricky with Videohomicide, back with another update to the Underground Comics / zine collection. Picked up 3 books from a creator on Instagram called The Comix Company by Dexter. I'll leave a link to their Instagram and to their web store in the description of this video so you can pick them up for yourself or check them out, whatever the fuck you want to do. Go right ahead. Fair warning, these comics are very graphic, they're very sexual, they are adults only, not for kids, not for people under the age of 18, because they might warp your fragile little mind, and we don't fucking need that. There's enough of that happening in the planet right now. So let's just take a look at some fucked up sexual comics, okay? So, first book I picked up was called Goofy Funnies #1, okay? I've got a chance to read these, and they are out of control, okay? The art style is phenomenal, I love it, it's fantastic. I love this Robert Crumb inspired cover page here with the giant shoes, the gloved hands, the eyeballs, like the 1940s eyeballs with the little slit. I always love that shit, man. And I actually found some drawings that I did like back in 2005, 2006 that my dad had kept. And I got those, so stay tuned. I'll be showing those off in a video coming soon. But Goofy Funnies #1. Other than the Robert Crumb front cover that kicks ass, a Robert Crumb inspired front cover that kicks ass, the back cover is just as crazy, more crazy even. We got Archie Comics going fucking ballistic, okay? So he's fucking the shit out of the blonde-haired one, and then the next week he's getting his dick sucked by the black-haired one, and it's just like there's a cum shot all over the ass, you can see her fucking pussy's dripping. Like, this is graphic stuff, but it's awesome. It looks so fucking cool, man. Like, they did a great job, and you know, the inside is no different. There's lots of sex, lots of smoking dope. If you're a fan of Gilbert Sheldon, Freak Brothers, that type of shit, this stuff is meant for you, man. So there was one page I really wanted to show. Like, look at this stuff right here, man. It's graphic, okay? It's awesome. So being like a underground cartoonist myself, that's what I classify myself as that, because the type of stuff that I'm doing is the complete opposite of what a lot of people are doing that are trying to break into like a comics, career and stuff like that. I'm perfectly fine with working my job and fucking doing this stuff on the side and having a blast doing it, because I feel like once you make this your fucking life, it could take away from the fun of it. You know what I mean? So God bless people like Dexter that's doing a service, making great stuff, putting it out there. Not afraid to talk shit of these classic beloved characters, you know what I mean? Like, I know that Mickey Mouse is now public domain, at least the version, the Steamboat Willie version is now public domain, so I'm sure there's going to be tons of stuff. I know Dan O'Neill back in, like, what is it, the 1960s or maybe early 70s, when he did Air Pirate Funnies, I believe it was issue 2, big controversial comic book, changed the way of, like, parody, satire, all that kind of stuff. So Dan O'Neill, I don't know if he's still alive or not, but total kudos to him, because he was doing this shit way the fuck back then. So Goofy Funnies #1, great stuff. Also picked up, I believe this is classified as Goofy Funnies issue 0, and it once again, amazing front cover with this dog getting baked. It says getting stoned. I love that. Adults only, of course. Really inspiring stuff, so I have to thank you, Dexter, because you've definitely flipping through these pages where I see like this graphic shit, sexual stuff, it definitely like inspires my own comics, you know what I mean, and to push the ball or push the boundaries and stuff like that, because I'm currently working on like 4 fucking comics right now that are slowly going to be, hopefully by the end of the year there'll be 4 new comics out from Videohomicide, Cinema 187, but really good stuff. This is, once again, very insane, lots of dick sucking, lots of comical madness. I love on this front page right here, like the opening cover. I have to read it out to you. Ha! Tricked you. You thought this was going to be some doper comic, huh? Well, it ain't. It's just another filthy sex comic packed with tits and dicks and cunts and blowjobs and lots of cum shots. You want stoner laughs? Read Freak Brothers. That's so fucking cool, man. Obviously, this guy's inspired by Gilbert Sheldon, inspired by Von Bode and different people like that. You can just tell by looking at it. And obviously, like, look at this, man. Like, this is insane. Oh, fuck me deep, mister. Over here, it's just like, it's like the onomatopoeia of cum. It just says cum. Hilarious. Yeah, Goofy Funnies, I believe issue 0. I'd have to go back and check on the website. But the back cover is so fucking cool. We got Charles Manson's head on Mickey Mouse's body, and he's thinking of LSD. Now, if you guys have seen any of my comics, like especially like the recent stuff, you know that that tickled me pink, man. I fucking love that back cover. Really good stuff. I'd actually like to get a print of that and hang it because it's so ridiculous. Like, again, like mixing like a guy like Charles Manson with Mickey Mouse, it's so fucking insane. Like, I don't know. I always love in movies, especially like exploitation flicks, there'll be like some greasy, dirty skeezer guy, and he'll have like a fucking dirty old like Mickey Mouse shirt on with like a stick and a bandana full of all this shit trekking down the street. Love that, barefoot half the time. Like, really good stuff. So the next one that I picked up from Dexter is Spunk Comics number 5. Now, this was the first one that I was like, okay, I definitely need to get this one because, you know, here's the cover right here. Hopefully we're picking up decent here. Probably not, but whatever. You get the idea. Go on the website and buy these books so you can see them in person. So we got featuring Exorcism Annie. Okay, and she's getting her tits fucked by a priest saying, "Release me," and she's saying, "Begone hell, Spunk." And the back cover it features finger-licking funnies, Spunk Comics, with Colonel Sanders getting his dick sucked by a chicken lady, Tucky Fried Jizz. It's funny because Tucky Fried is a thing that I know was popularized by Jim Leahy in the Trailer Park Boys, because there's a scene where he tells Randy, "We're going to order some Tucky Fried," and like to see that there, like Tucky Fried Jizz, it just lets me know that there's people out there that have the same kind of humor as me and just will laugh at insane stuff. But this is all about sexual exploitation of this priest and this nun. Obviously, big voluptuous legs, pussy, all that stuff is out right there for the fucking get-go. It's definitely crazy. It's definitely crazy. Again, it's not for everybody. I was recently on the Cartoonist Kayfabe Facebook group, and I almost had to leave again because someone was on there saying, you know, like, these new Mickey Mouse is now public domain, and I'm tired of all these violent and sexualized and drug-addicted versions of these characters. It's like, well, then fuck off. Go read fucking Ultimate Fantastic Four or whatever the fuck you read, you know what I mean? Or go read, you know, non-sexualized Archie books from the fucking, you know, when you're going through the counter at like checkout at a grocery store, there's always like Archie comics and stuff. I'd rather see a copy of Spunk Comics, okay? Because then maybe they actually get fucking bought. Who's buying Archie at this? Like, I mean, Archie comics, whoever created them, total fucking respect to them, because that's you know, Archie Comics has definitely paved the way for like that style of comics and stuff. It's well done, obviously, but it's just not for me. It's not for a lot of people. You know, how often do you see someone making a fucking Archie Comics pickup? You know, even when they tried to kind of, I remember when I was buying monthly issues back in the day, and they were trying to go like a dark route or something, and I was like, eh. And then they made that show. My mom was watching that show, and she's like, yeah, it's like, you know, it's Archie, but it's like, it's darker. And I was like, this is fucking whack. I'd rather fucking watch paint dry. So Spunk Comics number 4, again with the amazing back cover with Colonel Sanders. And that's gonna do it, man. I really respect Underground Comics and Comics Company by Dexter. Their website is thecomicscompany.ecrater.com. Like I said, link will be in the description. I would be doing myself a disservice if I did not mention my own Underground Comics. So the thing is, like, when you kind of get going on a roll or on a ball, you end up with a lot of stuff. So this is everything that I've created so far. I think there's like 14 or 15 books, but obviously the Filthy Ralph comics, which are not as sexually graphic as Spunk Comics or Goofy Funnies, but they're definitely X-rated in terms of language for sure. Like this one right here, it has the word faggot right on the front page. And when I was hawking these at a fucking little VHS meet thing, this one girl, because I was giving them out for free, like little mini copies of them, black and white. This girl was like, "Oh, there's the F word." And then this guy that was also vending, he's like, "So what? You know, it's a fucking comic. Like sticks and stones, love." But obviously the main event with my zines is Cinema 187. This is issue 4, features 28 different artists covering all 39 of the prosecuted video nasties. Issue 5 is on its way. If you want to submit any art or articles to issue 5 of 187, please do so by messaging me at cinema.187 on Instagram. And do that before March 1st, because that's the cutoff date, and I will not be accepting anything after that. But another book that I've been working on that I have 5 issues of is Raise the Dead, which is just my sketchbook material collected in zine form. So I have enough stuff, I think, to do an issue 6, and then I'm going to be, boom, ending that title, ending that series and starting a new one, because there's 6 issues, and I just kind of want to refresh it. And one thing I want to quickly say, if you're going to make books like this, like there's my Mickey Mouse that I did in the rat trap. And if you've not seen my actual Mickey Mouse image, pick up issue 4, or was it issue 4 or issue 5 of this? Yeah, get issue 5 of Raise the Dead, because you can see Filthy Ralph having sex with Minnie Mouse while Mickey Mouse is inside of a fucking rat trap. But one thing you got to do, or my advice to you, is try to steer clear away from text, online text, okay? Unless you make your own alphabet. Shout out to Radioactive Blobfuel. I know he made his own alphabet and stuff like that. But when you just use like their letters, like you're gonna, like, one of my biggest regrets is with Raise the Dead, the logo is fucking, I didn't make the logo. It's just a font. And, you know, I actually used it with Cinema 187 number 4, but I actually like the way it looks on that one. But again, make your own font, or take the font, print it out, and then, you know, take a piece of tracing paper and go over that. I've done that before in the past. I recently made a Thrasher magazine piece, one of my 2024 pages that I've done so far this year. And I just took the Thrasher logo, put it at the top, made it really light, and then printed it out. And then I went over top of that with, you know, just to give it its own texture, its own unique style that's not so fucking cut and paste. Like when I look back at the first Filthy Ralph comic that I did, there's so many flaws in this book, but I love it still. But it's a perfect example. I used, you know, just the font from the internet, and it's so much more satisfying, and I think it looks so much better when you're using, you know, a font that you've created yourself, you know, because then it has a more texture to it, I guess you could say. I don't know, it doesn't feel so digital. You know, nothing wrong with digital art. Shout out to everyone that's doing digital art and stuff like that. I personally can't get behind it, just because I need to have the pen, I need to have the pencil, I need to hear it scrape across the paper, all that stuff. Shout out to Ed Piskor. He once said, like, that's half of it to him. You know, like the act of doing it is like half of it. And I couldn't agree more. I'm heavily inspired right now. I've got six pages of a new comic that are laid out right now that I need to, you know, that's going to be inserted inside of Cinema 187 number 6. So it's number 5. Again, Asian exploitation, Asian horror films. You want to get down with number 5, hit me up. Make sure you leave a 666 in the comments. And with that being said, adios.